So the harvest is all in, and this is a little bit of the work I did. I did some corn relish, apple jelly, sweet barbecue sauce, mushrooms, obviously not from my garden, but they were on sale, so I canned them and I'll have enough for the winter. Grilled peppers, sweet peppers that I grill and can after. This is molasses beans I made from my navy beans in the garden. Cranberry jelly made from cranberries I bought. Barbecue sauce that's rhubarb based. Apple barbecue sauce, mango chutney, and plum sauce. These are my broths and stocks. Plain beef broth, beef stock, I already used one. Onion soup or onion sauce base, same thing. Turkey broth, chicken broth. I have bourbon chicken. We didn't eat a whole lot last year. This is the last jar, so I didn't make any this year. Fajita filling, chicken pot pie filling. I need to add the cream when I heat it up before I can make it a pie. And I do have some that I made that are already complete and in the freezer. Corn from this year. Pulled pork, barbecue pulled pork. This is just plain pork that I cubed and canned. This is teriyaki chicken, sticky wings, chicken wings, and maple glazed chicken. And that's just plain chicken and turkey for sandwiches. The squashes that are in for the winter. What I like to do is I wash them and put a tiny bit of Javex or any type of basically something that'll kill the bacteria that might be growing on them. Then I dry them really, really well and put them here. Try to keep them apart as much as I can, which is not always easy. This one has a little bit of damage. That's why I put it in front. It'll be the first one that we use. That's just my flour. Okay, so here I have tomato sauce. This is just plain tomato sauce. All of those. Then we used the salsa this weekend for Thanksgiving. So this is all my homemade salsa. Then I have fruit ketchup and the beans, yellow beans and green beans. I just mixed them because we like both. This is coleslaw. This coleslaw is to make creamy coleslaw out of it. So it's just in a brine. I drain the brine and make my homemade cream for the coleslaw, and I mix it in that. That's how we eat it. These are all beets. And I still have a few of those in the garden, but I might dehydrate them to put in either smoothies or cream of vegetable soups. I'm going to go through them. These are bread and butter pickles, homemade relish, then just a few jars of dill because we don't eat a lot of them. My husband does. He likes them in his burgers, so I just make a few jars. This is marinara sauce. I believe it's pizza sauce, roasted tomato sauce, tomato vegetable soup with our corn and peas and beans and carrots in it and onions. This is leek soup base that I just make the base, and then when you grind it or use the I call it the little zip I just grind it up and add some cream to turn it into cream of potato leek soup. This is, can't really tell, it's so dark in here. This is Black Forest cake filling. It's cherries with a chocolate sauce. I like to keep a few jars, so when I make a cake I can slap it in between two rows. This is just cherry pie filling, applesauce, apple pie filling, applesauce with spices in it, apple jelly, strawberry jam, rhubarb pie filling, blueberries. I used the extra juice because they tend to make a lot of juice. I use the extra juice for my kombucha, the flavor of my kombucha. I do the same with the juice from the pears and peaches. This is plum jam, and it tastes really, really good. It's nice and sweet. So if I come over here, I have, I believe this is, what is this again? Oh, burgundy. Cubes beef burgundy sauce. I mean, to make a meal with. This is the same thing. Here I have Irish stew. This is ham stew, which is basically ham, onions, carrots, and potatoes in a chicken broth. You can make it soup, you can make it stew, you make whatever you want. This is sloppy joe sauce. And this is the Heinz copycat ketchup recipe. That's what we eat. I dehydrated a lot of stuff. It's all upstairs. But here I have dehydrated apple slices, mushrooms, potatoes. I like to turn the potatoes into flour. And when I make soft rolls for supper, sometimes I'll make them like a potato bread. And you can also use it to make potato-based donuts, which are either mashed potatoes or dehydrated, depending on your recipe. I made a lot of frozen meals. This freezer is basically meals that are made in advance, whether it be like stir-fry mix of meat and peppers and onions, pot pies. This is my own bacon that I made, back bacon. This is store-bought bacon, obviously. Then I have the turnips, the kohlrabi, all the peppers that are not dehydrated or put in meals are all in here. These are tiny little pot pies for Danny's lunches. What do I have? Cauliflower, broccoli. I don't remember. This is chicken burgers. Homemade chicken burgers from the chicken I brought in. Then more cauliflower, broccoli. Down the bottom is carrots, and in the back is more peppers, but the hot peppers, which I don't use a lot of. I mostly dehydrate to add as chili sauce or hot pepper sauce. So, and in my other freezer is just our meat, basically. This is good for anywhere between 6 months to a year, depending on some years when it's really cold. We tend to eat a lot of meat. And I took out a brisket to turn into smoked meat. So that's about it for this year. Should be enough for 1 year. I have in here, I believe when I last time I counted, I was at 370 jars. It doesn't look like it, but it's pretty packed. So yep, that's the result. And then all I have to do now is meals out of all of that, which isn't a whole lot of work because most of it is already prepped. So that's the harvest.